sports fans. It's Racing Eve here, Hometown Sports Corner here on a Thursday night in Garner, Kentucky. We hope all of you and yours is doing good tonight, guys, and are geared up for a big show here. If you haven't done so, go ahead and call your neighbors, your friends, and hit that like button on Hometown Sports Corner. Hit the share button on tonight's show and let them all know that we are on the airwaves. Got a ton, I said, of dirt track racing to talk to you about. Of course, I know some of you guys are at the Dream. A bunch of you guys are watching the Dream on pay-per-view, and a few of you will watch the show tonight. But we'll say hello to those of you that will watch us tomorrow and on the way to the racetrack tomorrow night and so forth. The biggest majority of you guys last week watched the show after we went off the air. How many of you? The most of all season. And I say thank you very much to all of you that hit that share and like button, and to all of you that took time out of your day to watch our show. We much, much appreciate that. And you guys know, of course, we are going to talk a little bit about the Dream. Some of you already messaged me wanting to know who I think's going to win. I've got a pick, and I've said him all week, by the way. And I'll be the first to let you know that coming up here a little later on in the show. And I want you guys to comment in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win one of the two Dreams? Or maybe you think your driver's good enough to win both of them. If he does, he leaves with over $250,000. Big weekend up there. A lot of money to be made and lost at Eldora Speedway this weekend. We'll talk about that. We're going to Mountain Motorsports to look at the points and to talk about their racing action. We're going down to Ponderosa. Got those feature winners to talk about. Got Portsmouth, Lake Cumberland, Richmond, Rock, a bunch of racing action to talk to you about. We're going to recap the points from the American All-Star Series. They went volunteer country, and a couple drivers left leading the points. And we'll watch that unfold and probably get really intense throughout the month of June and July as far as that championship is concerned. I made an article this week for one of the newspapers, and I said, I don't think you can win a championship in the month of June, but you can lose one. And we'll talk a little bit more about all of that and a whole lot more when we come back from this here. Of course, it's that time we head west here on Hometown Sports Corner.
Hey friends, this is Tommy Webb, and you're watching Jamie Hughes and Hometown Sports Corner.
In my right boot, I've been saving for a rainy day. I got a tank full of gas in the pickup, a suitcase and a guitar that I play. Something's telling me it's time for moving, and I've never been the one to sit and wait. And I'm gonna hit that state line in a freedom state of mind, never looking back the other way. Heading west, another town, another place. Heading west, with the sunshine in my face. Leaving bad times behind me, bound for moving home. I got everything I own and I'm heading west. I've been thinking about leaving for a long time, and there ain't nothing standing in my way. I got a time and a half check coming from a job I was working till today. There's no one here to meet me in the morning, and there's nobody begging me to stay. And by sundown tonight I'll be rolling out of sight, long gone, nothing left to say. Heading west, another town, another place. Heading west, with the sunshine in my face. Leaving bad times behind me, bound for moving on. I got everything I own and I'm heading west. Heading west, leaving bad times behind me, bound for moving on. I got everything I own and I'm heading west. I'm leaving bad times behind me, bound for moving home. I got everything I own and I'm heading west. Play it, old Doyle. Jump on it, son.
PAT Super Stocks, we're going to go 3 cars, 2 laps. The drivers will be spaced out.
And welcome back, sports fans, to Hometown Sports Corner. And again, hello to all of you that are watching us from up at Eldora Speedway. You guys let us know who you're cheering for up there. Also, be sure to type in the comment section. Somebody said, now don't wait till the end of the show and tell us who you think's going to win. Well, I'm not going to. I'll pick the 49 car to win both of them. You talk about an impressive feat if he could pull that off. Got a lot of competition, and you got to win the first one to be able to say you win both of them. But I'll take Superman to pull off the sweep and have all eyes on him the end of this weekend. That's my take. Who you got? Who do you think's going to pull it off up there at Eldora? I know one thing, a bunch of good racing action up there, and we want to say again that we appreciate all of you fans that are up there at Eldora Speedway for tuning in. You guys hit that share and like button. Maybe during intermission you can crank your phone up a little loud there and let them know that you can watch right here on the Eastern Kentucky Sports Show. Each and every week, love to talk dirt track racing and stuff for you guys. And busy night for us tonight. As the song says, let's head west. Let's go to Ponderosa Speedway and get things started off tonight. Of course, guys, it was the Big Daddy Classic out there at Ponderosa Speedway. And this cat right here had himself a good weekend. Yes, indeed. And that's the driver of that number 1 car, Devin Gilpin. The 1G got the big super late model feature win, the Big Daddy Classic out there, won $4,088 at Ponderosa Speedway. Billy Moyer Jr. finished second. Dustin Linville would finish third. The Rooster Nation, I know, was loud and proud with that effort that he pulled off out there on Friday night. Justin Ratliff in the 16 car continues to have a good summer. He finished fourth. And the Wild Child, Michael Chilton, would finish out the top 5 there in the big super late model race in action. And then we go from there to the open wheel modified. And how about that gentleman right there, Victor Lee? Victor Lee would get the winner circle check, $1,088. And smiling for the camera there. Got a reason to smile. Ricky Arms would finish second. Cole Followay third. David Deal and Brandon Moore would round out the top 5 at the Ponderosa Big Daddy Classic Open Wheel Modified. And then how about Todd Kaufman getting a checkered flag in the Pro Late Models? He got the win. Jeff Watson finished second. Jared Curry third. Logan Wells and Elliot Despain would round out the top 5 there. Congratulations again to Todd Kaufman. As you can see there from some of the pictures, that was a very happy win. And we tip our hat to Kaufman and the crew for getting the job done. How about Mike Wallace going to the winner's circle in the Wayne's Auto Repair Grassroots Hobby Stock at Ponderosa? Wallace parked his double old car in the winner's circle. Devin Wilson would finish second. Adrian Smith, Bryant Montgomery, and Daphne Damerel would round out the top 5 there at Ponderosa Speedway in that class. And then I talked about him last week having the name for racing. Well, Gunner Johnson just picked up another big W as he got the win. Gunner gets the checkered flag. Hunter Flower would finish second. Gil Lay Jr. third. Andrew Manelli fourth. Blake Asbury would round out the top 5 there at Ponderosa Speedway. Now, Ponderosa has announced their next race will be the Johnny Mulligan Classic, guys. And that race is actually being rescheduled. And let me get you the date on that, as that race will now pay $10,000 to win. So it's been pushed back a couple weeks, but got a feeling you race fans won't mind that now that you find out that the race will pay $10,000 to win July the 23rd. So we'll make more notes about that again. Their next race at Ponderosa Speedway will be July the 23rd. $10,000 to win for the super lates and $1,000 to win for the modified. And so we'll keep you more informed about that as it becomes available. But again, congratulations to all the winners. Had some friends go down, had a couple guys texting me the results and so forth as it was unfolding Friday night down at Ponderosa. And I had a feeling it was going to be a good night for those guys. And that Delvin Gilpin and that 2G car there, guys, as I said last week, he had all the momentum at the end of last year. And that momentum has just rolled on over for him here into this second part of his schedule here in the beginning of this year. And that car, nothing in the world would surprise me to see him pick up 4 or 5 more big W's down through that area before this season is over. Now, let's take a quick commercial break, guys. You keep hitting that share and like button for me. And let me know in the comments section where you're watching from. And who do you think's going to win the Dreams? With an S. There's 2 of them, in case you didn't know. This year at Eldora, they're racing one of them tonight. And the second one will, I guess, get underway Saturday night. Over $125,000 for both of them. Wow, man. $250,000 if you could win both of those. I'm telling you, that's a lot of cheeseburgers, ain't it, guys? But you stick around and hit that share and like button, and we'll be back after this first commercial break.
Total Therapy Solutions in Hazard, Kentucky is proud to sponsor all of the Mountain athletes from grade school to high school, boys and girls. We know that you are the future of all of our sports. We're committed to helping you have a speedy recovery with your sports injury and get back on the field soon. Call us at 606-436-6600 or come see us at 117 Corporate Drive, Suite 104, Hazard, Kentucky. Again, don't forget your friends at Total Therapy Solutions in Hazard, Kentucky. We'll be there when you need us most.
Hot Rods Pizza, Knott County's only all-you-can-eat lunch buffet and salad bar. Hot Rods Pizza stands above all others by taking your dining experience to a whole new level with the freshest, highest quality ingredients. We make our dough from scratch daily, never frozen. Our vegetables are hand-chopped daily, and our cheese is shredded right here in the restaurant to ensure the freshest, highest quality of food for you, our customers. For over 20 years, we've set our standards high for you because you're worth it. From cheese sticks, fries, pasta, subs, pizza, salads, and more, we have something for everyone. Get your money's worth at Hot Rods Pizza in Hyman or Allen, Kentucky. Like us on Facebook, and remember, you're going to love us for the crust. 606-785-0055. For all your residential and commercial septic tank services, contact B&C Septic Tank Services in Pine Top, Kentucky. Ryan Ambergy and B&C Septic Tank Services can be reached at 606-785-5552. That's 606-785-5552. They have 2 vacuum trucks to serve you and want to remind you they're number 1 in the number 2 business. Once again, that phone number is 606-785-5552. Call them today. That's B&C Septic Tank Services.
And while we're talking about my buddy Ryan Ambergy, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to him at the Big Y Market as well. Thank you very much, brother, for sponsoring Hometown Sports Corner at the Big Y Market. Guys, you can fill up your tank, your stomach, and your coolers, all 3, at the Big Y Market on your way to Carfort Lake or to the dirt track racing over in Isom, Kentucky. Of course, the Big Y located on the left just before you get to the lake and the Carfort Fire Department. You can call in your order if you want a big bacon cheeseburger to be ready for you when you get there. 606-642-3986. 642-3986. Be sure to tell all of them at the Big Y Market that you heard us talking good about them here on Hometown Sports Corner. And again, welcome back here, guys. And I do thank the guys and the gals at the Big Y Market, B&C Septic, Hot Rods Pizza, and Total Therapy Solutions. First set of sponsors there. Hello to Joey Sturgill. He says he'll take Overton to win it. Boy, that's not a bad pick, especially the way he ran in that prelim race. Bobby Cable watching us tonight from Florida. How you doing tonight, Bobby? John Barker watching us tonight. How you doing tonight, John? Hope everything's good over your way, brother. Larry Combs says he's going to pick Overton as well. Aaron Baker says he's going to go with Kyle Larson. What about that? Mark Sloan. Boys, I value Mark's opinion. And when he says Overton, you better take note. The guy's watched a few dirt track races in his lifetime. Josh and Nikki picking T-Mac. Tim McCready. There's Kenny Mosley. How you doing, brother? Love you, man. And then we have Dwayne the Train Bradley watching us tonight. Conley Racing watching. Howdy, says Jason Hall. Boy, Jason had himself a hot rod this weekend. We'll talk more about that just in a moment. And scroll down through here, and Dwayne says he takes the 49. My baby brother picks Kyle Larson. Boy, it's a lot of you guys jumping on that Kyle Larson bandwagon. And again, Johanna and Justin Smith says Overton in victory lane along with Superman. But again, just never know who would be in the winner's circle. I agree with that comment. A lot of good racing up there, and a lot of it depends on where you start and where you're at the end. Seemed like that track, I know this sounds kind of vague, but the winner usually checks out and leaves everybody, or he comes from third or fourth with a couple laps to go. If it's close, you don't want to be the leader, seems like. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but we saw that last night. A couple guys just absolutely was waiting on Stormy to hit that wall, and when he did, it opened the doors up for a couple other drivers to get around him there. But guys, you go ahead though again and hit that like and share button, and let's go to another race here. Guys, we got a bunch of them to talk about tonight, and let's, if we can here, make our way to Lake Cumberland Speedway. I think that's where we'll go next, down at Lake Cumberland. Some of these pictures are going to look the same. You'll have to look in the background just to notice that they're at the other track. That's because a couple of these guys had themselves somewhat of a weekend. They won on Friday night, then they drove just about an hour down the road to Lake Cumberland and won on Saturday. Case in point, that guy right there got the job done, Delvin Gilpin. I told you guys I would not be surprised to see him just run away this summer with some of the racing action, especially here in the state of Kentucky this guy's capable of doing it too. As he got the W down there, felt like probably first of many for him a couple weeks ago whenever he got the checkered flag down there. I said that on the airway, and he's proven me to be true. Makes me look like I know a little bit about the sport anyway. But he's just super good down there, man. And he got the Cornet Racing Engine Super Late Model feature and picked up a $1,000 bonus by winning both of them, guys. And congratulations again to him as he got the checkered flag down there. And I know his team enjoyed that. Over $10,000 they won this weekend between the two races. Justin Ratliff would finish second, Billy Moyer Jr. third. How about Tommy Bailey coming in fourth, and Carl Tilton would round out the top five. And then I told you a couple guys had good shows, including this guy right here. Once again, the Lincoln Leadfoot. Victor Lee gets back-to-back wins and takes a $500 bonus for winning both of them. He got the win. Virgil Perriman in the 42 would finish second. Ben Petrie would be third. Jerry Piles and Trey Sober would round out the top five. And again, that's the Roark and Sons open wheel modifieds. Victor Lee in the victory lane down there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. And then a good run here for Ricky Arms as he won the Pro Late Models. Jeff Watson had another big run. He finished second. Shane Irvin was third. Elliott Despain and Robbie Settles would get the top five run down at Lake Cumberland Speedway. Then we go to the hobby stock class, and that's Gerald Haynes Jr. Good shot of his car there as he got the win in that number one car. Bo Gilly would finish second. Keith Decker, Adrian Smith, and T.J. Smith would be the top five at Lake Cumberland Speedway in the hobby stocks. And then let's go to the Neil Core front-wheel drive four-cylinders, and that's Dustin Duncan. Boy, he's had his share of checkered flags down there this year. He got the win. Ryan Harness would finish second. Chris Smith in the 328 would be third. Eric Parton and Raymond Ferguson, or Fusion, rather. Apologize, Raymond, would be the top five there at Lake Cumberland Speedway. And oh, by the way, this cat's pretty good at Lake Cumberland, too. He picked up the bonus for getting back-to-back feature wins in the rear-wheel drive four-cylinders. That's Gunnar Johnson. Johnson got the win. Peyton Watson would finish second. Justin Wilson, Justin Lay, and Brian Campbell would round out the race in action there from Lake Cumberland Speedway. Big night for those guys down there. Now, Lake Cumberland will not be racing this weekend, but they're back in action Saturday, June the 19th. They have the driver and crew appreciation night. $15 for the grandstands, $20 for the pits, 10 and under. Get in free at Lake Cumberland Speedway. Pro Lates pay $1,500. Open wheel mods $1,000. $300 apiece for the two four-cylinders and $300 to win for the hobby stocks. And again, Lake Cumberland Speedway will be racing down there that way in June the 19th, Saturday, June the 19th. And then let's head now, if we can, to the Rock, guys. And how about this gentleman here? Boy, he's starting to love that racetrack. That's A.J. Hicks down there. A.J. got the checkered flag at Rockcastle Speedway, and he continues to be on a rail and running very, very good at Rockcastle Speedway. Congratulations to him as he won this past Saturday night in the open wheel modified. It would be Brian Salmons getting the job done. Brian had himself a good car, and he finishes in the winner's circle in the modifieds. In the super stocks, it would be Glenn Hunshell. We saw Glenn run at Mountain Motor on Friday night, had a good run, and then he went down to Rock and won at the Rockcastle Speedway down there. And then looks like Christopher Bryant would be their mini stock winner. Congratulations, Chris. In the Hornets class would be Jordan West. Jordan West getting a checkered flag and parked it in the winner's circle there, and so did this driver right here, Donovan Long. Long got the job done as he took the checkered flag and continued to run strong down at Rockcastle Speedway. Now, guys, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. As I told you before we went to the last commercial break, Mountain Motorsports was the second track this year to host the American Racers KDRA Series, the Superstock Series, this past Friday night. And their buddy Jason Hall would put on a show for the second year in a row. And we'll talk a whole lot more about that race and get the results from the other races. We're going to recap the points and whatever else is going on in y'all's mind. I have a feeling I know what some of you guys are doing. Though you're watching that big dream race. And let's check in on one of the prelim races and watch a little bit of it yourself before we go to this commercial break.
Scott is your leader. Kyle Bronson second. Brandon Overton third. Side by side for the fourth spot between Chad Simpson and Darrell Landing, and now wheel to wheel for second. Scott to the bottom. Bronson
this,
still
of
married
course,
to the
is
top.
from Eldora Speedway's website, guys. I know that Flow Racing is producing it, but
only 1 second,
I want you guys to think I was showing something from a pay-per-view. This is from the Eldora website. You guys can jump over after tonight's show and check this out for yourself. I just wanted to show you, though, what I was talking about here, boys. Stormy had himself a car, but Lady Luck would jump up here and bite him in a little bit as you guys will watch this.
Right behind the 89 G.R. Smith down the back straightaway. Overton has a run as Bronson slipped up just a little bit. Brandon Overton to go to second. As they come out of turn number 4, they work lap 12. Here in the 25 is Hudson O'Neal off the pace down the main straightaway.
Little Huddy slow on the front straightaway. We'll see if he's able to make it into the pit area, and he's not. He cannot make it into the pits, and the caution flag is out. The first of, the first 25 lapper. Yes, 12 down, 13 to go. Stormy Scott chooses the inside lane. Brandon Overton outside. Green flag's out, and we're back underway.
Good restart for Scott, but Overton has the outside. Bronson on the ball. They get into it. Overton got in the back of Scott. And Bronson to go back to second as we got cars moving through there. And here comes Chad Simpson. I believe in the Larry Mooring number 1 car. Making a bid for third.
The Mount Vernon, Iowa driver on the inside. Trying to take that 4th spot away. Now trying to take the 3rd spot away. Back up the front of the field. Brandon Overton continues to apply the pressure to your race leader. Stormy Scott battles all over the half mile. A racy 25 lapper here tonight. We double box it up for you. 7 to go.
Under 3 seconds ahead of third place Kyle Bronson. Right now, if this thing stays green, it comes down to 2 cars. A pair of Longhorns, Stormy Scott and Brandon Overton out of turn 4. Dustin at the line. They'll score lap 19, and the lead right now is 0.3 of a second.
Overton back down to the inside. You gotta think if he keeps running Stormy let the back end of the car hang out just a little bit that time coming off the corner. 4 laps remaining, and Stormy Scott hangs on to the race lead. Overton though with a run. Stormy Scott in the wall in turns 1 and 2, and the caution flag is out. No, man. No.
Heartbreak Hotel for Stormy Scott.
Oh.
All right, 4 to go, Dustin. Can Bronson steal the win here at the end with 4 to go?
We're about to find out. Green flag is in the air. A good restart for Brandon Overton. Here comes Chad Simpson down to the bottom trying to take second away. 3 wide for third. Bronson gets a run back on the high side, though, for second.
Ricky Weiss there on the bottom, landing into the top. They dive to the bottom, and there's a problem. Landigan slowing down. Landigan may have a tire down, and this could be bad into 1. Let's see if they can get around him.
Right front tire is down on Darrell Landing, and we'll see if he can nurse it. Meanwhile, Overton leads. This is the battle for second between Kyle Bronson and Chad Simpson. 2 laps to go this time by.
And it's Weiss. Then it's Fergie, then it's McDowell, then it's Richards and Shane Clanton. Right now, the best battle is for second. Right now, the lead is 1.4 seconds and 1 to go for Brandon Overton.
Brandon Overton has got this race in hand. He's got a 1.9 second advantage over the battle for second between Kyle Bronson and Chad Simpson as they head down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Your first prelim feature winner is going to be Brandon Overton. We're about to go 25 laps for $10,000. JD and JO bring him to the green.
2 former Dirt Late Model Dream winners into turn number 1. That Nutrient Ag Solutions 49 one's up top is there. He squeezes him out there.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with a click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Are you and your family already planning your summer vacation? Or perhaps you and your loved one are just looking to get away for a few days. If it's a couple days or a couple weeks that you want to stay, let me invite you to visit Cosby Creek Cabins. That's right, you can look them up on the internet, cosbycreekcabins.com. They have 1 to 4 bedrooms to suit your needs. And might I add, the cabins are as beautiful inside as they are outside. They're conveniently located minutes from Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Dollywood. If you're coming to the Smokies to go rafting, well, our cabins are the closest to the rafting waters of any. Again, check us out on cosbycreekcabins.com.
I'll be out of the car in a traffic stop. White Toyota Highlander, eastbound on I-64. Good afternoon, sir. The reason I stopped you is for speeding. Do you happen to have your driver's license on you? Thank you.
I'm Trooper Brian Judd with Kentucky State Police. In 2003, while working a collision, I was struck while exiting my vehicle. After multiple surgeries, I was able to come back to work. Thankfully, I was able to see my family again, but the next trooper involved in a roadside accident may not be as lucky. Please move over for any law enforcement or emergency vehicle on the side of the road with their lights on. It's not only the law, but could also save a life.
Welcome back to Hometown Sports Corner on this Thursday evening, as we like to call it around here, Racing Eve. And, of course, I know a bunch of you guys watching that dream race right now from up at Eldora Speedway. And you guys post in the comment section who you think's going to win. I know what John Barker says. He says the winner will be in a Longhorn chassis. John, that's not a bad prediction, my friend. Pretty safe call there, actually. There's my buddy Caution Wiseman tuning in tonight. Enjoyed working with you as well, Caution. You guys did a great job, man. Put on a good show for us. We're going to talk about it here just in a second. Boss Gerald, my buddy there, says he thinks the 49. Bill Smith agrees with us as well. He says that he bets the 49 car gets the checkered flag as well. Hey, there's Nick Mitchell tuning in tonight. How are you, Nick? Nick says that he sure wishes the 0 car would get the win, but he thinks things probably going to go the 49's way. And so let's see if he's right about that. There's Chris Salmons tuning in tonight. Says he's watching us from Lakeview Campground in Lancaster, Ohio this weekend. Says since Portsmouth took the weekend off, he's taken off as well. Hey, I don't blame you, man. You eat a hot dog and hamburger for me up there at the campground. Go try my best before long to get to go do a little camping, fishing. I can't believe it's June and I've yet to cast my first pole this year. But we're going to see if we can't fix that here in a few weeks for you. Guys, go ahead and hit that share and like button as you did for me last week. If you're just tuning in, last week we were over 3,000 views and over 50 shares. It was definitely the most shares that we'd ever had in a show outside of our Dirt Track World Championship previews. That show is generally my biggest show of the year. But again, we expect a good show tonight. A lot of you guys are like, I know, I'm not offended. I'll take the back seat to the Dream and World Dirt Track Championship and World 100. That's okay. You guys just come back and watch us in the morning for those of you that didn't watch us live tonight. But those of you that are true fans of Eastern Kentucky racing, thanks for being here with us tonight. I know we got some fans that they plan their whole year around some of these big races. So the numbers will be bigger tomorrow than what they were again tonight, I would imagine, as far as viewers are concerned. Guys, let me give another big shout out to the Big Y Market. My buddy, Mr. Ambergy over there, does a good job, and he sponsors dirt track racing to the max. And what I mean by that is he's on the side of several cars. He sponsors Fast Times. He's sponsored some races, and he's sponsoring Hometown Sports Corner. And I appreciate Ryan and all of them doing that. If you need call ahead and get your order ready, you can go at 606-642-3986. 606-642-3986. And I sure do thank him for sponsoring Hometown Sports Corner. And now listen to me. The station there, I about called it a garage, the gas station. They got just a little bit of everything there, and you'll see what I'm talking about when you swing by. In addition to gas, you can fill up your tank, you can fill up your stomach, and you can fill up your cooler. If you're going to Carfork Lake to catch one of those bass or to go by and see the bald eagles that are over at the lake, or if you're coming to race with us at Mountain Motorsports or over at the Mountaineer Cartway or over at the drag strip, stop at Big Y and fill up and tell them Hometown Sports Corner was talking good about them. Also want to give a shout out to that cat right there. We call him Thug Nasty. He will race with us 3, maybe 4 or 5 times this year. He made the big race tonight. I'm proud of him. It's only his second super late model race of the season. And last I heard, he had punched his ticket and was in the Dream. And that's neat there, my friend, to be able to say that. I believe there'll be 4, maybe 5 guys that race with us at Mountain Motor that are going to be in the big race. And we're mighty proud of that and kind of wish all of them the best of luck. Speaking of Mountain Motor, that gentleman right there, as I said, had himself a hot rod, and he went off and left the competition. And I don't normally say stuff like that, but guys, he just put on a show, and that's Jason Hall. They call him the Big Show, driver of that number 17 KDRA race. The guys put on a great show for us, had a lot of good cars on track, but Jason said Fast Time was lapping people in his heat race and lapped the 10th place car on lap number 10. That's the kind of performance that he had and worked his way through traffic, and I just felt like deserves the recognition that he's got from this. For the second year in a row, he wins our big KDRA race at Mountain Motor. And, oh, by the way, this year we're having 2. We got another one coming up in August, and I got a feeling he'll be back to defend his turf over there. But Jason got the checkered flag at Mountain Motorsports Park, and we're mighty proud of the turnout. Good car count, and good fans on hand for the race in action at Mountain Motor. And let me scroll down here real fast and try to get you the rest of those just in a second. As Jason, as I said, got the win there. And I've actually got a Hometown Sports Corner pulled up. And let's go over, if we can, and pick up the Mountain Motorsports page here. And we got those results. And I do want to say, too, to Bill and Adam and all the Lupinos family, and to Mr. Caution Wiseman and all of them. They did a great job for us. I'm sure, guys, if you haven't done so, that you're going to want to check out that super stock races that are coming to Richmond and a couple other places in our local area. Anytime you see them in town, swing by and pick up one of their races there. And as I scroll down here and try to get those others, I think this is it. got a lot of news to report from Mountain Motor, including the big demolition derby race that's coming up tomorrow night. Someone asked me, said, are you running Friday or Saturday? Some of you have even put that in the comment section. Well, I shot a message over to Josh and Barry during the commercials. And as we are planning right now, the plan right now, guys, is that we would race Friday night. So as of now, we are not rained out. Should we get rained out, though, the rain out date would be for Mountain Motor Sports Park to run Saturday. So we'll see how that unfolds and watch it just a little bit closer here. And here we go. Took me a few moments. But again, Jason Hall got the win. Glenn Hunshell Jr. finished second. Tommy East was third. The Cowboy, Daniel Stamper, moved up from the Bombers to the KDRAs. He finished fourth. And Jonathan Witt would round out the top five for us there. And a good run for him as well. And that, again, is in the big KDRAs. How about Jackie Fields, the Eastern Kentucky Hall of Famer? Once again, does an awesome job there. And he gets the checkered flag in the limited lates. And Jackie and his crew, I know, very, very happy with that win. And all right, they should be. Good job for Max Kelly. Kelly finished second. Third place would go to Brad Sturgill, Ryan Shepard, and Benny Butcher. Oscar McCown and Justin King would round out the limited late models. In the sport mods class, boy, this guy here continues to roll. From Letcher County, Kentucky, Josh Sexton took the checkered flag and put himself within 16 points of the current points leader over at Mountain Motor Sports Park. Oscar Marshall, also a contender for that track championship, finished second, and he had another good run. The Red Rocket, Darren Sloan, that helps us here on the show when we get an opportunity, and he's not racing. Well, he was racing this weekend and got his best finish of the year as he finished third. Shane Yates and Maddox Smith would round out the top five in the 14-car feature. Again, that's in the sport mods over at Mountain Motor. How about this guy here, Greg Fields? That is not Greg Fields, that's Danny Fields. Danny Fields got the win in the 23 car after an altercation between the top two finishers. Veteran driver Eddie Griffith and Tim Mason would finish second and third. Matt Short would give his fans a scare as he flipped his car, one of 3 cars to do that this year, over on that back stretch, but he still finished fourth. And Marcus Griffith would come away in the 5 spot. How about Tyler Arrington being in the right place at the right time? Tyler had a good car, but had fell to the back because of a caution that was charged to him, worked his way through the field and was running second when Shannon Thornsbury had mechanical troubles in the Joe's Chicken late model class, and Shannon broke over in turn number 4, giving way to the rocket chassis of the 002 for Tyler Arrington. Ayrton gets the win. Shannon Thornsbury still managed to finish second. Raymond Nichols was third. Brandon Mason was fourth. And Oscar McCown came away fifth as he was ahead. Yes, indeed, as he was fifth. And Corey Brock would round out the running order there. Aaron Baker, I've nicknamed him the bread maker. Boy, he's making some bread as he continues to get those W's into 4 cylinders. He got the first of 2. Congratulations to him as he got the East Kentucky Gravels 4-cylinder win. Larry Gerald ran on his back bumper, though, the entire race, guys. Gave him no room to make a mistake and was right there. Could have at any time have bumped him. Probably would have took both of them out. But instead, he just said, hey, I'm back here, and I'll race again. As he finishes second. Good run there for him. Bill Baker would finish third. Mike Breeden and Ronnie Lester would round out the top 5. And then in that other 4-cylinder race, congratulations to this guy, Nathan Honeycutt. Boy, Nathan has paid his dues and earned this one as he won the second 4-cylinder feature. Sean Stamper had a good run as he would finish runner-up. Corey Ford was third. Travis Hall and James Carroll would round out the top 5 there, and that is again in the East Kentucky 4 cylinders. Good job there. And then let's go and get that next to the last feature, Brandon Hutchinson. And that Steph chassis of his, and puts High Hat Kentucky on the map again as he wins the 4 Square Produce Modifieds. He got the win and continued to impress his fans. The Duck, Dustin Mosley, would finish second, and Andy Mason would keep his track championships alive as he finished third, despite giving his fans a scare. He flipped that 45 car coming out of turn 2, and for the second time this season, it'll be the third time overall we've seen the bottom of a car, and I promise you, it's not something you want to see as a fan, and certainly not as a family member of one of these guys. And so, but I'm tickled to death to see Andy Mason's car did the job, kept him safe, and he's able to come back out and race. And Bobby Williams had a top 5 finish. Bobby finished 4th in the open wheel modified. And then in the Young Guns class, this gentleman right here making a name for himself. He keeps racing like he is. He won't stay in the Young Guns class, I can guarantee you that. Second generation driver, I call him the Young Cowboy. Braden Campbell got another checkered flag. Josh Holbrook would score the second place finish ahead of 2 ladies, Haley Miller and Courtney Sloan. Haley would finish 3rd, and Courtney would finish 4th. Courtney, with the top 5 finish, now leads the points in the Young Guns. And speaking of the points, let's go ahead and look at those. Now you see Miss Courtney Sloan, 690 points. Dylan Rollins, 647. Braden Campbell, there at the 600 mark. In the Shelby's of Vico Sport Mods points, Tony Sizemore continues to lead, but as I said a moment ago, Josh Sexton right on his back bumper with 889 points. He's about 16 points behind in that track championship hunt. In the Joe's Chicken Pro Late Models, Corey Brock continues to lead. If my math's right there, Corey's up about 27 points on Oscar McCown. And that one's going to be fun. There you see last year's track champion Raymond Nichols 3rd, Dawson Charles and Tyler Ayrton top 5. Now, if you want to see all of the top 10, just go to the photo section of Hometown Sports Corner. I've got them all posted there for you. Limited Lates, Jackie Fields got himself a W, and also stretching the points out. Jackie getting a bigger run on his championship than any of the drivers. He has 805 points. Justin King, Garrett McLeod, Brad Sturgill, and Zach Lucas, the top 5 in the Cooley Medical Limited Lates. In the 4-star catering bombers, Tyler Griffith got 1,100 points, guys, 1,144 to be exact. Danny Fields, with that win, is in second. Racing Tim Mason still got that track championship inside. He's 3rd. Nick Mason 4th, and Eddie Griffith top 5 there in the 4-star catering bombers. In the 4-square produce modifieds, you guessed it, Brandon Hutchinson leading the points, 1,279 points. But Andy Mason with 1,235 certainly is still in check to contend for that track championship. Hunter Feltner 3rd, Jamie Maggard and Dustin Mosley top 5 there in that one. And Jacob Paul, Mike Pratt round out the running order so far there. In the East Kentucky Gravel 4-cylinders, Aaron Baker leads it, and Nathan Honeycutt right there. Check that out. Nathan Honeycutt, Sean Stamper, and Corey Ford all within about 40 points of each other. Kobe Bush, James Carroll, and Billy Rollins still yet. There's about 8 drivers that still have a good shot of being the track champion in that class. And, of course, that is the East Kentucky Gravel 4-cylinder class. And, guys, again, I want to take another couple commercial breaks, and I'm going to take this one and say a big thank you again to all of my sponsors. If you're thinking about a college, let me help you think. Let me help recommend the guys over my left shoulder. And one of the reasons we have this show, and that's Alice Lloyd College. Guys can get a great quality education. If you're athletic enough and good enough at your sports, you can play at the college level. be close enough to home to go home and get some of Mama's cooking and still get to experience an awesome college experience and environment and get a quality education in your backyard. So call them up. Go visit Mary and Sheena Turner and those guys and gals over at the admissions office. Tell them Hometown Sports Corner recommended you check out Alice Lloyd College before you make your final decisions. Said that to say this. Thank you, Alice Lloyd, for being a sponsor here at Hometown Sports Corner.
Hey. What are you going to do about your student loans? I don't know if I'll ever be able to pay mine back.
I don't have to worry about that. I graduated from Alice Lloyd College and they guaranteed the cost of my tuition. The college is so affordable that I was able to earn my bachelor's degree and remain debt-free.
Wow, I really wish I would have looked into colleges a little bit more.
Alice Lloyd College. Stay close, go far.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
Hey sports fans, do you like podcasts as much as I do? If so, let me recommend a good one to you. It's Appalachian people talking Appalachian news and current events in and around the entire Appalachian region. From sports to coal mines to politics to reality and so much more. Again, Down on the Holler podcast with Jordan Garnett and Brad Centers. Look them up. Down on the Holler radio podcast is available on Spotify, Pandora, Apple, and always Buzzsprout. Check them out again. Sponsors of Hometown Sports Corner, Down on the Holler podcast. For all your residential and commercial septic tank services, contact B&C Septic Tank Services in Pine Top, Kentucky. Ryan Ambergy and B&C Septic Tank Services can be reached at 606-785-5552. That's 606-785-5552. They have 2 vacuum trucks to serve you and want to remind you they're number 1 in the number 2 business. Once again, that phone number is 606-785-5552. Call them today. That's B&C Septic Tank Services. And welcome back to Hometown Sports Corner, guys. I do want to say again a big thank you to all of you that hit the share and like button and watched us last week. 3,500 views. I'll take that each and every week. 53 shares. And as I said earlier tonight, that was a record number of shares for us. And we certainly appreciate that and appreciate all of you guys that took time to do that for us. And I want to say, too, now, I've got a couple new ideals here at Hometown Sports Corner we want to throw at you guys. First of all is a reality. We will crown the 2021 Hometown Sports Corner Driver of the Year based upon how many points you get, regardless of what class you drive in at Mountain Motor. And right now, Brandon Hutchins, for instance, he and Andy Mason both are first and second. They race in the open wheel modified. They've got 1,279 and 1,235. But as you see there, Tyler Griffith, he races in the Bombers. He's third. And so that's how we will pick this year's 2021, what I'm going to call the grand champion, the champion of all of the classes. Whoever gets the most points, Hometown Sports Corner will award him with a trophy. And the guys have vouched for me from last year. My trophies was pretty nice. And we'll make sure to make positive that this one is good this year as well. Speaking of Mountain Motor, let me back up too and say congratulations to our first Hall of Fame inductee, Paul Harris, driver of that number 10 car from Martin, Kentucky, Twin Bridge Autos, Marion Brothers Monument, usually a Schwartz chassis. You guys know why I say that, because you've seen it on the car as much as I have, and I am certainly going to be proud to get to help to induct Paul Harris into the Hall of Fame. But he is announced as our first Mountain Motorsports Park Hall of Fame inductee. And also at Mountain Motor this weekend, be able to get you some of those new hats. I couldn't pick between the green and the black one, so I ordered both. They'll be on sale this weekend, and you want to check that out. Also, our points leader, Brandon Hutchison, going to have his new shirts on hand. Go by and visit them as well at Mountain Motor. I know that you want to get you some of those shirts over there as well. Before we end the show tonight, I do want to say congratulations to the Hazard Bulldogs. For the 5th year in a row, they are the 14th region baseball champions, and they are now in the Final 8, where they'll play Johnson Central. The Golden Eagles kind of surprised some people. Many people thought the winner of that region would come out of the bottom of the bracket, but Johnson Central just put up enough runs to get the job done. How many runs, you might say? Guys, there was 8 teams in the 15th regional tournament. They scored more runs than the other 7 teams. That's just hard to believe, but they did. And averaged like 9.5 runs per game in that 15th region. Good job there. And the Lady Wolves of Wolf County got the checkered flag there as they got the job done. And congratulations to Coach Creech and all of them there with the Lady Wolves as they got the checkers from the 14th region in softball action. And guys, I want to go north too now here and scroll up just quick as I can. I'm going to run out of time if I ain't careful. But I do have the results from Portsmouth Raceway, and we are going to try our best to catch those for you. I tell you what, let's do. Let's take a commercial break, and I'll come back to talk a little more Portsmouth with you. And I also want to recognize you guys that have hit the share and the like button, and tell who you think's going to win. I've done give you my pick. If you're just tuning in, I'll go with Davenport to win the dream. I'm going to say he wins both of them. But surprisingly, most of you guys are picking Kyle Larson or Overton. Man, I didn't realize both of those guys was this popular in this area. But either way, that's a good thing about this show. We won't fall out over you. You pick who you want. I'll pick the winner. In the end, I'll get to be right. I mean, we'll let whoever is right be right. But let's take a commercial break and we'll be back.
Hot Rods Pizza, Knott County's only all-you-can-eat lunch buffet and salad bar. Hot Rods Pizza stands above all others by taking your dining experience to a whole new level with the freshest, highest quality ingredients. We make Our dough from scratch daily, never frozen. Our vegetables are hand chopped daily, and our cheese is shredded right here in the restaurant to ensure the freshest, highest quality of food for you, our customers. For over 20 years, we've set our standards high for you because you're worth it. From cheese sticks, fries, pasta, subs, pizza, salads, and more, we have something for everyone. Get your money's worth at Hot Rod's Pizza in Hyman or Allen, Kentucky. Like us on Facebook, and remember, you're going to love us for the crust. 606-785-0055.
No matter what town or community you live in, there's a Tim Short dealership nearby. That's because our family of dealerships are dedicated to serving the folks throughout Eastern Kentucky. Our employees are your friends and neighbors, helping to support the local economy and provide safe and affordable transportation to everyone that shops the family of Tim Short dealerships. Our entire inventory can be found with the click of a button at timshortautogroup.com. Visit us online and join the thousands of customers that took the short drive to satisfaction today.
And welcome back to Hometown Sports Corner, guys. And again, I love it when we do run overboard here sometimes. Don't hurt for us to show you guys a little extra. We try our best to finish this thing up in an hour, but didn't make it tonight. Went a little bit over an hour, and that's all right. This is from Portsmouth Raceway. R.J. Conley and that 71C from the Conley Racing family. Got the checkered flag up there. Kudos to him. Previous week's feature winner that we had on last week's show, Brandon Fouts, finished second. Good run for him. Nick Bocock would finish third. Mike Hilderbrand was fourth. And Shannon Thornsbury would round out the top five in the super lates up there. And in the pro lates up at Portsmouth Raceway. Boy, I got Mountain Motorsports Park on the brain, don't I? They call it the limited lates up there. That's Mike Myers getting a checkered flag. Let me scroll over to that picture. Check that out. Ain't that a neat picture right there from our friends at Firehouse Photography? Mike Myers got the win there. He would win the first of two heat races, and kudos to him. And here is the open wheel modified picture. Let me go back to it now. Had two heat races up there. Irvin Vance won the first one, and our buddy Jody Puckett won the second. But come feature time, it would be Ben Atkins getting the win. Brandon Smith finishes second. Jason Biley third. Irvin Vance and Anthony Slusher fifth and sixth. Chris Wilson was actually sixth. And then I got to go down and say number 8 went to James Grigsby. Good job for James. Can't beat that guy. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He finishes in the top 10 there. Good run for him. Down in the sport mod division, up at Portsmouth Raceway on the other side of the big Ohio and Kentucky River, they had 11 entries on hand for that one. And Zach Pendleton parked that 24 car in the winner's circle. Cody Guilford would be second. Brandon Colley would be third to round out the racing action there. And again, guys, good racing action from the limited lates, super lates, open wheel mods, sport mods up at Portsmouth Raceway. But I want to make note of this for you fans. There has been a schedule change at Portsmouth Raceway. They will not be racing Saturday, June the 12th. This is per their website. But they will return to racing action the following weekend. They're going to run a 2-day show. That's right. Friday, June the 18th, it'll be the Charlie Swartz Classic, paying $3,000 to win for the late models and $1,000 to win for the modifieds. Sport mods will also be on the card there. But again, Portsmouth Raceway going to race Friday night. Be their next time on the track Friday, June the 18th for that Charlie Swartz Classic, paying $3,000 to win. They will not be racing this weekend at Portsmouth Raceway. So you fans up in southern Ohio are going to want to make note of that. Do want to say, too, guys, all signs are a go for Willard Speedway. very happy to say that. Somebody said, you really don't mean that. You work at another racetrack. Are you tuning in for the first time ever? I said it many times, and I won't stop saying it probably ever. I can't imagine myself ever saying anything other than what I'm about to say. The more race tracks that we get, the better things will be for you fans. Now, it won't be good necessarily for the promoters, and it will cause the drivers to have to pick and choose between the races. But when there's competition in anything, it's always better. From a pizza to a dirt track, even down to your doctors, lawyers. When there's competition, it brings out the best in everybody. They'll want to put on the better shows. They'll want to get you in and out of there on time. It'll just make things better all the way around for you guys. I said it a couple years ago, and I've stood by it, and it's proven its case now. Oh, by the way, I still yet want to see this happen. I want June, July, and August to be the 3 best months that dirt track racing has had in the last 10 years. I didn't say just Mountain Motor. I said all the tracks, dirt track racing in general. I want us to get out and go to more races. I want us to take more fans that have never been to a dirt race. Let's get behind our drivers. Let's buy their swag, as you would say, and let's get out and support these tracks. But again, guys, Willard Speedway has posted their rules. You can go to their Facebook page. They say the track's coming along good, and would expect to be racing there in the near future, just a couple weeks away from racing action there at Willard Speedway. And for more information, you can go to the Willard Speedway Facebook pages and so forth, and we'll try our best to catch up with the Hicks family and try to get an interview with them, maybe even for next week's show, if that would work out to be the case. One final time, let me remind you, if you're just tuning in, Mountain Motor Sports Park, we're going to have a demolition derby tomorrow night, in addition to all of our other classes. We will be racing in all of the classes and have a demolition derby. The winner, I think they said 500. Oh, man, I hope I'm right on that. I'll get that for you just in a moment before we leave the airwaves. The winner, I know there's a first, second, and third place payout for you guys that are racing in the demolition derby. Then we'll be points racing in all of the other classes. But should, for some reason, we get rained out tomorrow night, our makeup day would be Saturday. So there is a chance. I did ask. I've been watching the weather since Monday. And each day it's looked like Saturday would be the better day. But as of right now, we plan to race on Friday night. And that's just so that the drivers and the fans that have plans already and committed for Saturday would get to stick with those commitments. But should it rain us out tomorrow night, we would run Saturday. I want to say that again, too, for you guys at Mountain Motor Sports Park there in Isom, Kentucky. Glad to get to have that demolition derby, though, on hand. Somebody sent me a message, too, for the second week in a row. What about the big monster truck show? Guys, that show is still being worked on. Josh is working, trying to find a day that will work for them and for us. We have, if you'll check out the schedule, this is not just me hyping it up. We have so much scheduled, especially in the months of June, July, and August at Mountain Motor. It'll be tough, but he'll do it. He'll find it for you guys, and when he does, you make sure you get out and support that big monster truck race that's coming up to Mountain Motor there in a couple months, hopefully, or maybe in a couple weeks. Like I said, it's just whatever is best for those guys there. But again, I don't think I'm able to find it before we leave the airwaves, so we'll post it in the comment section again what that is to win in the big demolition derby. You want to make sure, though, that you come and be with us. We'll be racing, again, our first demolition derby race of the year will be this weekend at Mountain Motor Sports Park. And here actually is that post. 500 to win. I feel better after I've seen it. I don't ever like to tell you guys something and be wrong, especially if it's costing you drivers some information. But general admission is the same. $15 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. They have every race this year at Mountain Motor, and they won't be any different this weekend. $30 for the pits, same price as always. And so, guys, we hope to see you there. And again, tomorrow night, unless it rains us out, if it does, we'll see you Saturday. But you guys get out and support your tracks. Be sure to go in the comment section. Tell us who you think is going to win. Hit that share and like button. And we'll see you back here next week on Hometown Sports Corner. Oh, it's a little bit too bright. Until next time, good night. God bless you, everyone. We'll see you around the corner on Hometown Sports Corner.
Wes. I got $100 bill in my right boot.